Hello everyone, this is Rick Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today we're going to be tying a killer caddis. I call it my killer caddis. This thing has saved the day many times. I've done really well with this one, especially on lakes like Peter Hope and Roche when the caddis is starting to move. This one is using the new pearl chenille from Semperfli. I don't know if you can see, it's getting kind of blurred out there, but it's a new pearl chenille. Uses the fluorescent orange for the body. Use some Hens CDC in olive in the front, and I use some Picric dyed deer hair, so it's kind of a green color deer hair for the wing. Great fly, simple to tie. Hope you guys enjoy this one.
In the vise today, we have a Hends BL254n dry fly hook, a size 10. For the body of this fly, we're going to be using the new pearl chenille, 3mm small in fluorescent orange from Semperfli. Just came out in May. For the wing, I'm going to be using some dyed green elk hair. And then for the, let's call it the hackle at the front, legs, whatever, going to be using some green CDC by Hens. Sometimes I also put in the knotted green legs, pheasant tail, right? But this time I'm not going to, but sometimes I do. I have a little bit of both. So, and for the thread, we're going to be using some Semperfli Nanosilk 12/0 in olive. So just start your thread as normal. Come back all the way to about there. So about where the barb would be, give or take. And then I'm going to take a little bit of piece of the pearl chenille. Come back, but leave a good 2 hook eyes at the front room, and then just tie this in. Again, coming back to roughly where that barb would be if this was barbed hook. Then I'm going to take a little bit of that dyed green elk hair, just a little bit. Don't need a lot here to start. So I just want to go a little bit past the tail, the bend of the hook here. So I'm just going to cut this so the material's out of my way. And I'm just going to, couple of loose wraps over top. And then I can tighten it up. And then I can just go right through it. Okay. It's actually a little long for my taste. I should have checked it before I tightened it down, but I'm going to go back through, get that off, and pull it back a bit. It's a little long for this first step. So I will reposition that. There's where I want to tie it in, about there. About half as long as I had it in there. That's about right. Take my ends here. I could tie that down. It would help a little bit in the floatability of this fly if you tie it right down and have deer hair underneath, but I don't really want to bulk it up too much. So now I'm going to wrap this three times, come back, put this back into my material clip out of the way, get another little bunch of deer hair, sorry, elk hair, you can do this in deer hair as well if that's all you have. Hey, look at that. Those tips are even lined up. I don't even have to do it. So now I'm going to put it in to about the same length as where the tail was. So about there. And a couple of loose wraps. Tighten it up a bit. There we go. Cut that all off. Don't worry too much. So this is kind of a sedge hog type pattern, but really like this having this orange underbody. I used to do it a lot with dubbing, but I think it'll be really good with this new chenille. So, okay, another, this time 2 wraps. 1, 2. Tie that off. And again, put that back. Actually, no, sorry. The second one I can nip off. Now I'm going to get a slightly bigger clump of the hair. Not a huge clump, but just slightly more. This will be our final wing portion. About there. Cut that off, just so it's out of my way. Go right through that. Okay, and then I like flattening my thread here just to get a bit more grip on that deer hair. There it is. Okay, so now I'll take some of the CDC. I've already got some in my material clip. It's 2 feathers. So now I'm gonna really wax my thread well. I want the CDC to stick to this, right? So I'm gonna do a bit of a dubbing loop. Get my spinner. Hook it in. Get my CDC. Lost half of it. It's okay. Still got lots there. Just gotta get it put in a little differently. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take it and move it up. Give it a good spin. That's plenty actually for what I want. I don't want a ton up here, so it probably would have been a little bit too much if I would have put the whole thing on. So now I'm just gonna wrap it right up against that elk hair wing. I want to make sure the wing material doesn't get caught up in it, which it is right now. So let's get it out of there. There we go. And stroke that CDC material backwards as you go. Just get that stroke back. So this is doing a couple of things. It's giving it a buggier look. It's helping with a little bit extra flotation. And it kind of hides the tie-in of that deer hair at the front end, right? So it's a little bit of a few things. So then just cut that off. Just make sure that's all stroked back nicely. Build just a bit of a head, nothing major. Your whip finishing tool. Good finish. I'll go back in a bit after I've tied a bunch and do all my head cement. And then I'll just take my brush and I'll give this a bit of a brush out just to make sure that CDC is not too trapped. And that is the fun fly. Yeah, just put a little bit of gink or whatever on here just to help it float a little longer. But it's an excellent little fly. Works really well in the lakes and in the rivers. The other thing I like doing with these is I use the kapok dubbing from Semperfli. So I'll use like this this brown and this orange. So what are the colors? The March brown and the magenta. I kind of mix them, and I'll use that for the body. And that kapok will help it float even more. But with this CDC and this hair, deer hair or elk hair, it'll float forever anyway. So, alrighty. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. If you did, give her a thumbs up. If you subscribed, awesome. If you have not, please consider doing so. And guys, really, let me know what you guys want to see. Just leave some comments. I know there's been some comments about, river flies and so on, and I've done that. But be a little more specific. Do you guys want like old school flies, new school flies? Do you want me to use synthetic materials, natural materials, river flies, lake flies, specific insects you want me to tie for? Yeah, just let me know. Alrighty? Again, hope you guys enjoyed that one. Tight lines, everyone.